Welcome back, folks, to the final daily live stream. Well, the final live stream for APPEX 2024 Day 3. And it's the daily wrap-up. The Dream Team are here because thanks to Burkert, where innovation meets inspiration. Whether it's optimizing processes, enhancing sustainability, or simply delving into the fascinating world of fluid dynamics, Burkert is your trusted partner every step of the way. And it's thanks to them that we've got these three fine folks here to have a chat with us and wrap up Day 3 of APPEX 2024.
It's been real.
It's been something else. It's been lots of steps.
Lots of steps.
A few bits of unhealthy food imbibed.
I know, we finally broke, didn't we?
We did.
You went to the burger bar. Don't tell me that.
Actually, I got the popcorn off the Abbey stand, which
Yeah.
was pretty amazing.
And I got the Kit Kats from Aerofloat stand.
Yeah.
Listen, I had an apple, so I've got the halo.
Oh,
see.
Virtue.
There's always
The
one.
virtue.
Isn't
There's
there?
always one
Yeah.
signal.
There's always one horrible guy around.
So let's see what we can say about today. Well, today was, it started with us feeling a little tired, if not with a spring in our step, after last night's fabulous event, which was the APMA Awards of Excellence Gala Dinner. Now, Wayne, I enlisted your help to write a few words and create the atmosphere. So I'm going to ask you to wax
Well,
lyrical.
I didn't actually have to create the atmosphere. The atmosphere was there,
Yeah.
and the atmosphere was almost 700 people in the room, which was terrific. I felt it was quite an optimistic night. The award winners were just outstanding. We've discussed on this podcast before about the brains, the intelligence that's being used in this industry, and it was there for all to see. The Innovation Awards showed how people are really coming up with new solutions as the industry faces multiple challenges. The industry, I feel, was clear, is actually rising to those challenges, and that was on clear display last night.
Yeah, and we had with us as a guest at our table, Tim Sykes from Packaging Europe, who'd come out to speak at our IPO forum, and he echoed exactly that. And he just said he's really so impressed by how engaged the Australian industry is in finding those solutions to the challenges, and they really seem to be on the front foot, innovating, and that, as you said, was very clear to see. And it was a fabulous night of celebration. There was we did at the beginning mark the passing of Robert Becker, who passed away quite sadly just before APPEX, and he was instrumental in developing APPEX. He's from Inox, and Inox was one of the award winners last night. We also had some news from Mark Dingley. He has announced, Mark has been on the board of APMA for 22 years, and 14 of those he's been the chairman or the chair. And he has announced that he will be stepping down at the end of his tenure, which I think comes to an end early next year.
Actually, I think he said May.
Yeah.
Didn't he say the board meeting in May?
Oh, the board meeting in May now.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So not May next year. What am I thinking? I've got my dates all wrong. This
You're-
is maybe
You're
we're at the
thinking
end
it's September already.
yeah, I know. It's the end of a.
We're lost in the vortex of the
We
show.
haven't seen daylight for days.
No,
It's
no, no. So, Kim, we've been dominating the discussion. Anyway, what I did want to say, though, before we rush off from this, is that Mark has been an outstanding leader and has made a major contribution to the industry. And APMA will be different without him. I'm sure that him making way for someone else isn't a bad thing. It's always good to have change.
You
And
thought it would be a good thing.
yeah, and I think he's going out on a high because, oh my gosh, look at APPEX.
Yeah.
What a wonderful achievement for everyone on APMA.
Mm.
Kim, what did your day hold?
I did a lot of videos today, and I managed to actually get around the what do we call it? Whose shed is it?
Jeff's shed.
Got around Jeff's shed. There was one little moment of humanity, of normal humanity, not big machines, when the APPEX's charity that they've nominated for this year, Integra Service Dogs Association, I think, and they were coming around with Quinton, who's a 3-year-old golden retriever, training to be a service dog for veterans and first responders who have post-traumatic stress disorder. So that was really lovely, and it was just evidence. It was surrounded by all this amazing equipment, but suddenly a dog, and everyone's just like a puddle, So that was great. And then I talked to Aaron, and I've just terribly forgotten his surname, Aaron Pryor, I think it was, from Notley's baking equipment, which is part of multivac. And you all know my love of baked goods, but also of baking. And it was
Kim's brownies are the best.
yeah. What can I say? And
I hired Kim because of her baking.
yeah, it's
Oops.
true. True. I put it in my resume. But that was fantastic. You know, just to sort of look at some of this equipment that is, you know, produces things that we just take for granted, you know, like loaves of bread, and there has this amazing mixer on the stand which does 250 kilo batches, so a quarter of a ton of dough in this mixer. So that was fantastic.
Well, I had Samantha Blake, or Sam Blake, the Deputy CEO of the Australian Food and Grocery Council, on the podcast earlier, and I also watched her speak at the Retailer Engagement Hub. And she's been at the AFGC for 20 years, but 20 years prior to that, she told me she was in manufacturing. And she has loved her day walking around the show floor to see the machinery now that is doing all this thing. And she was blown away by the robotics as well.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you, Wayne, but I've never seen so many robots.
No,
in
there's
one
a
place.
lot of robots here.
Yeah.
Has to be said. Yeah, there's quite a few of them at various stands, and it'd be interesting to see the robots, the AI, how they're all implemented over the next few years.
Definitely. Other highlights for me were, yes, I did many videos, and I was over on a stand of a company that was new to me called MiniPack, who make these amazing shrink wrap machines. They're one of the best shrink wrapping machine. Well, they told me this. It's game changing, Wayne. Game changing.
Yeah, the word's banned.
Shrink wrapping machines, but they've been in business. Lovely Italian company, family company, and they've been in business for 40 years. And that is what I'm finding here. There's a lot of family-owned businesses or homegrown businesses, let's say, that are still creating machinery here on Australian soil, and that's been fantastic to see as well.
One of the things with that, Lindy, isn't it, that we've picked up already, and that was made clear to me today when I talked to the guys from Whippotech, is that the Australian packaging industry here at the show is a kind of collegiate family experience, that all the people in the booths all know each other, or most of them know each other, and they are collaborating in a mature way, in a way that they weren't doing 10 or 20 or 30 years ago, because they all recognize they've all got to actually work for the good and the progress of the industry. And the German chap who was over from Whippotech in head office in Germany, Joachim Ott, said he's been blown away. He said he goes to trade shows over the world, and they're basically competitors come onto each other's stands to have a look, but it's all very cool and standoffish, and there's no engagement. Where he said here, they're all welcome. Oh, Bob, come on, have a look. You know, and they're sharing the journey together, which is a key aspect of the progress of the industry.
One of the things that I noticed today, and in fact, on that point, yesterday you went to the Matthews stand and you did an interview about some new technology, which we spoke about yesterday. And today I noticed Mark Emmett from HMPS was there talking to Matthews, watching, being very impressed by that very equipment. But also very evident on these stands is how much they are using each other's technology. So they may say, well, I do secondary packaging solutions, but I've now partnered or collaborated with this company that does the rest of the line, and they're able to integrate my machinery. And so we partner. Maybe someone's using this one's drive gears and this one's electronics and so on and so forth. But it is, they need each other, they recognize that, and they respect each other's. Even last night with the wins, there were some people who were disappointed, but they got up and they congratulated their competitors.
Yeah.
It's a mature relationship, isn't it, that the industry seems to have with each other. They're not afraid of each other, not scared. They see the benefits in collaboration.
And the foot traffic today has been good again. The organizers are extremely happy. We've had another several thousand unique visitors and also repeat visitors. So when it comes to the count at the end of it all, it's going to be very interesting to see, because the show is 60% bigger, but not necessarily more visitors, because, I mean, not necessarily 60% more exhibitors, because some of the exhibitors have taken more stands, but we do have 440 exhibitors, and we're closing in on 10,000 visitors already by the end of today, I think.
Wow.
I might be rounding up a little.
We're not a science journal, Lindy.
No, we're not. And now I've got a cold.
Well, that's all right. We'll carry on talking while you get yourself sorted out. The number of visitors is really impressive, and the fact that they don't count everyone going through the door every time they go through the door. which I'm sure we all know happens in some overseas situations.
Yes,
Yeah.
certainly. So yeah, well, I think that's it from me because I'm kind of at the tired end of the day.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, we'll all say goodbye then. And we'll look forward to talking to everyone tomorrow for the final episode of
The final
The final
day
wrap.
4.
Of the APPEX Files.
Yeah.
Correct.
Ozpack.
APPEX.
Oh no! Oh no! I did
Your
it.
turn. I did it
See,
before.
you did
that's
it
how
before.
that's how tired
Yeah.
that's how tired we
Oh.
all are.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
End of the third long day with one more to go. But hey, like the others, this live stream was brought to you by Burkert, where innovation meets inspiration. Thank you all. Appreciate you taking the time to give us a good wrap of what's been a huge day at APPEX 2024. And with that, we're going to close out the live stream for today. We'll be back very early tomorrow morning. The first
Hey.
live stream is currently scheduled for somewhere around 8 a.m. So, yeah, I'm more like the rooster calling and so on. So anyhow, with that thought in mind, have a great evening and rest of the day, and we'll be back live streaming tomorrow. Do tune into this channel once again.